Captain Paul for the locker room here. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below. Helps us out greatly in the algorithm. And also, if you haven't already, subscribe. Because, yeah, with all these copyright claims, all the help would be appreciated. Let's get into it. Patrik Laine might be moving to center next season. Now, I would usually do this with Adobe Premiere, make some nice clips, kind of go back and forth, but Premiere needs to get updated and I want to get this out. So let's just discuss the article and go from there. So Laine is open to playing center with the Blue Jackets this season. Normally a left wing, moved to 2 games to center in March before sustaining an injury. This is what Laine had to say about it. We've talked about it a little bit. I've been working on quite a bit of stuff, but you never know. I mean, there's always a possibility. It's always up to what they want, but I'd be open for it. We had a good talk. Babcock is hard but honest, and I respect that, but everything we talked about there is private. I'm not going to tell you this. So I don't think it'd be a bad idea. This is all I'll see all to say. The Blue Jackets made some moves, and we got some good players. Fantilli obviously being a part of that nice incoming class. And this is what he had to say about Fantilli. I watched Fantilli in the World Championships. He seemed like a big kid with a lot of skill. And I'm excited to have him over here, and we will try to help him out as much as I can. It's tough to come into the league at 18 as a high pick as well. I've kind of been there and done that, which is kind of good. That's actually kind of a good thing to reference because Laine was a higher end draft pick. Now let's go into Laine's stats last year. It's weird because some people say he's not living up to his standard, but overall, when you look at his point totals, it's not terrible. He was the 2nd overall pick in the 2016 NHL draft. He's only 25. In 55 games last season, he had 22 goals, 30 assists for 52 points, and a minus 12 plus minus. Now, the Blue Jackets weren't a very good team. That's not really as surprising. But I have to note, him being 6'5" and being a center could be a nice dynamic of his game. Laine's got a heck of a shot. I actually wish he would utilize it a little bit more when I watch him play, but he's a really good playmaker, and he's developed that part of his game really nicely. He's become a little bit more well-rounded last few seasons in the NHL. The only caveat I'd have to say is his face-off percentage in those 2 games was 35.0%. That's going to be something he has to work on, hopefully put in work in the offseason and work with somebody that's been proven, a proven NHL center that can kind of help him maybe become around a 45 to 50% guy. I know that's a huge jump. That's about 10%, but he would have to see significant improvements from Laine for him to move to that center position. But I'm looking at Laine. He scored 44 goals in his 2nd season. He has the potential to be a pure goal scorer. But, I mean, if you look at the totals throughout his career, yes, he has more goals, but the later part, he's had more assists than goals in these seasons. I mean, the season prior in 56 games, he has 26 goals, 30 assists for 56 points, a point per game player. If he can play a full 82, and if he's around 80 to 90 points, that's a really damn good hockey player. And it will be interesting to see the dynamic of Babcock and Laine. Laine was kind of, with the video game and stuff like that, there was kind of rumors with his personality being a little bit different. So I'm wondering if that's going to factor into Babcock. Hopefully he's learned. He said in his press conference that he's learned from all these professionals in the top in their fields, how to manage different personalities and have a mental health care program for each individual player and different approach. So hopefully that's the case. And I'm not knocking video games. I play video games myself. But apparently Laine would be more interested in playing Fortnite than training. So obviously I don't think that's a fair characterization of him. He's a fantastic hockey player when he's on the ice, and I don't know, it would be an interesting experience. It would be an interesting experiment to see him at center. He's got the size. It's just he would have to work on the draws. As for me, in my opinion, I think you're just better off keeping him on the wing and allowing him to facilitate from the wing and score. I think you got to get the most out of him as you possibly can. Get him to shoot the puck a bit more. He's got a hell of a shot. I don't really see moving to center as an improvement. You brought in Fantilli. I don't know. I could understand they're not going to be a great team next season, but I could understand them trying that experiment out. He is 6'5", big body. Centers are really hard to come by. But I'd love to know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Do you think Patrik Laine should move to center, or should he stay at wing? I want to say a big thank you for everyone that's watched this video all the way through here. I'm Captain Paul, and I'll see you in the next one.